Pika pika?
Yo, and welcome to the 5th episode of the Pika Pod, Pokemon's Prime podcast. I'm your co-host, Morris Levy, aka Professor Leafy, joined with my lovely, lovely co-host.
Hello, everyone. It's Jen.
Awesome. Well, here we are again, another week down. Let's see, the big hot news this week was the Nintendo Direct with the big news of the Switch 2. Jen, what do you think?
I I watched both Nintendo Directs. I definitely liked the Switch 2 Direct better. The first one seemed a little lackluster. The one of the Switch 2, I mean, it definitely got me excited. The price of the Switch 2 did not get me excited.
Yeah, I know.
The price of the games did not get me excited. Um, the interactive game that shows you around the system did not
Yeah,
get me excited.
tech demo. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
pretty lame.
and that you have to pay for it didn't get me excited.
Mm-hmm.
But it definitely gave me something like it's gonna be a bigger system, better graphics, better
Sure.
controllers,
Yeah.
better buttons, bigger buttons.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I know adult hands are not very comforting with the smaller Nintendo controllers usually ever. The best one I like a lot is still the Nintendo Pro controller, and it feels a lot like your classic, like Xbox 360 controller, a lot better than even like the PS3 controllers or the PS2 controller for sure, for that matter. Um, if I had to pick one, it'd probably be like, something like the Xbox One shape, which would feel really great. But Nintendo, they've come a long way for sure. We had the N64 controller, felt awful. The GameCube actually was still one of my favorites. Speaking
That
of,
that is definitely my favorite controller. It's
sure,
GameCube controller.
yeah,
I used it with the Wii. I used it with the Switch.
true,
That's
you
the
do it.
only controller that I'll use for Mario Kart, any sort of racing game on the Switch.
Yeah, and there's ways to do it for sure. You can have adapters. You could do the Wavebird. You can wire it up still. Speaking of that, though, they do have the GameCube Virtual Console coming to the Switch too.
That I'm excited
Yep.
about because believe it or not, I am a big Soul Calibur fan. I've played all the Soul Caliburs, including the one on the PSP with the God of War character. Went through the
Kratos, yeah.
entire game. I think I have burned more hours into Soul Calibur than any other game. And Soul Calibur 2
Okay,
that came on the GameCube with Link from Zelda is the only one I haven't played.
sure. And that's the one I played the most probably, if anything. I'm pretty sure I used Nightmare for that entire campaign instead of Link though. I
Oh.
remember my friend Miles saying that, oh, Link is really cheesy and he's pretty lame. He just like shoot the arrows and bombs. Like no other character has like arrows. That's pretty cheating for sure. Nightmare usually did it for me though because like yeah, he's slow, but he has that giant sword and you can do a lot of damage very quickly.
Mm-hmm.
You can spam like down down B or something pretty much between that or like Shenhua, which was one of my favorite characters for sure. Um, there's a combo you just like over and over repeat, and they have no
That
chance.
that was me with Ivy. Like once I figured out her moves,
Uh-huh.
I loved it.
Okay, fair. Let's see. So, oh right, yeah, the GameCube controller renewal for the Switch 2, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about the price for that, but I know I've seen a few memes about like $90 for for a game. No, that's too much. $80, okay, oh fine. But it still feels terrible. That's a huge bump.
Mr. Krabs, is that $80 for a Switch game? No, Mr. Squidward, that is $80 for a Switch 2 game.
With a $30 upgrade. Don't forget about the $30 upgrade from a Switch 1 to a Switch 2 game, so you can get it in HD and with HDR dynamic range. Gotta have that, right?
So obviously you want the Switch 2. With that whole Nintendo Direct, you'll definitely want the Switch 2. I don't know what the tariffs are gonna do about it,
That is a good point. Yep.
but I am happy that I've heard that Nintendo is gonna make it pretty hard for scalpers to get a hold of the Switch 2, because when you buy it or when you pre-order it, you have to show proof that you have a Nintendo account and it's been active for 12 months or more,
Really?
and something else for you to actually pre-order it.
What, on the web via like
Yeah,
Nintendo directly? Okay.
yeah.
Sure. All
But
right.
you can't pre-order like 4 or 5 of them.
You
You
mean I
can
can't
pre-order
sit
one.
online and like Sony's website and try to get PS5s back and forth?
No.
Okay, that's good. That's super frustrating and silly. I know. Our friend Ricky got a hold of one finally after like 2 years,
He
probably.
paid 1,500 for it.
Oh, I thought he waited in line on the web queue or
No, he
whatever.
he got a random email from Sony one day that I
Okay.
was doing a sleepover at their house.
Yep.
The money he spent on it, the $1,500 he spent on it, that was supposed to be money for like whatever we were doing that weekend. I think we were going to go to like an aquarium,
Okay.
but because he spent the money on that, he's like, change of plans.
Thanks.
And I'm like, that's fine. I don't care.
Okay. All right. I didn't think the system was that much, but okay.
He got the random email from Sony and it
Yep.
said there's so many numbers of these available and you were on the waiting list
Sure.
and we would like to see if you're interested in buying this. He didn't even think. I think he just went and
Okay.
he's like,
Yeah.
"Okay, I'm broke."
Fair. Yeah, I know. I'm hoping it's not going to be like that or anything. That would be pretty miserable if Nintendo adopted the same kind of queue system like
Mm-hmm.
that. Um, so we got the $450, excuse me, price point for the Switch 2, and then the $500 price point for the Mario Kart World bundle, as far as I've seen, right?
Oh, so the extra $50 is with the game?
Pretty sure, yes. Which seems like a deal. If anything, you save a little
Oh,
bit of money.
okay. I
Especially,
was confused with that. I thought that was like, here's the Switch 2 and here's the Switch 2 Lite.
no, they haven't released any kind of news about a light version yet.
Okay, all right.
I don't even know if they're gonna do a light because it's like a lot bigger and a
Yeah,
lot more bulky.
yeah.
I don't think it's gonna be pocket size at all.
My Lite is not pocket size, if that's what you're trying to say.
It is certainly not. You're right. Good point. It's portable, just not pocket size, yeah. Unless you're wearing Junko jeans.
Those.
Anyone got Junko jeans out there?
I mean, apparently they brought them back.
Right. Awesome. Not just from the Reclaim store down the road, down your local vintage store.
So now that we're on the Switch 2,
Yes.
everything. So better graphics. So obviously Mario Kart's gonna have better graphics.
Sure.
They're re-releasing the Zelda games.
Yep. Both that were
Better graphics.
right.
Metroid 4 is gonna have better
It's gonna
graphics.
be on both systems though too.
Both systems.
Right.
Pokemon
Yep. Both systems.
Legends ZA. Both systems,
Yep.
better graphics. Which one are you gonna get?
I'm gonna get the Switch One ZA for now when it comes out, like immediately, and then just save or wait. I've seen some kind of comparison video. I don't know if I was believing it or not with the graphics comparison. Like I could notice a definite high dynamic range difference of the colors. I wonder about how well the game's gonna process and how it's going to play through. Um,
Well, it also depends on your TV too.
fair. So say a 46-inch TV
Mm-hmm.
with 1080p should
Mm-hmm.
be fine, right? I don't see why not.
I don't see why not.
Exactly. Okay. Unless it's going to be an issue of like how Scarlet and Violet worked with the windmills spinning, and they're not really spinning, they're just kind of plunking along like squares, chunking along, okay? And then the sunflowers, the sunfloras running behind you look like they're just like jumping in air because they're too terribly programmed.
He was playing that
Oh
part
my
of the
god.
game when I was making dinner one day, and I'm just like, our living room and our kitchen are open concept, so I can see what's on the TV when I'm making dinner, and I'm just standing there going, "Why does that look so weird?"
It was impossibly terrible. I can't believe it made it past beta out of that test. The Sunfloras are supposed to look, vibrant and walking behind you and following you. But when you get more of them, just the game starts slowing down and it looks so bad because they're just like not animated correctly and the frame rate is just slowing down or can't handle it in the first place.
Mhm.
Um,
I mean, that's everyone's complaint on the Nintendo Switch consoles.
Not
Is
all of
the
the games though, yeah.
Not all the games. I mean, Bayonetta was I didn't see any problems with Bayonetta when you were playing that.
Sure.
But a lot of people like compared to like they compare them to PlayStation
Mhm.
and Xbox. The graphics, yeah, from those systems
Sure.
are gonna be a little different. Nintendo is not all the way up there with graphics.
Fair. I know they've been taking a back seat for a while, unfortunately. The GameCube, I think, was like the behind system, if anything. We got like the PS3, we got the PS2 during that time. We had the Xbox 360,
Mm-hmm.
and that was pretty revolutionary for sure. And then, we went right to the Wii, which felt even worse. Way, way worse.
Hey, I thought the Wii was the best thing ever when it came out.
I mean, the games are really innovative and super fun, but as far as the like quality of the games or like, what could actually be processed on the Wii felt really bad.
And make sure you don't chuck the Wii controller at the TV.
Yeah, I know. That's why we got the Wii straps. You put them on your wrist and then you don't throw it.
Yeah. And if you're playing a Wii game that you have to stand up and play in
Uh-huh.
front of your TV and you're moving your arms all around with the Wii controller and you have a dog,
Don't hit your dog.
no, it doesn't work. The dog, especially if you have a Labrador or a Golden
Okay.
Retriever, they're like, "Oh my goodness, I want to play now."
Or you hit your mom walking by.
That or your mom
Yep.
hits you accidentally trying to play bowling.
Oh, cool. Even better. What about all those attachments? You didn't have the attachments? You
No.
get the fishing rod and tennis racket,
No. I think my brother got them.
steering wheel.
The steering wheel. I definitely had the stupid steering wheel.
Yep.
Um, my brother definitely got the rest of them after. I think he found them in like a secondhand store or a GameStop used or something like that.
Okay.
And we used them for like a little bit. I remember he found the bow and arrow attachment
Oh, for
things.
yeah, the Link's trial.
Yeah.
I know exactly what game, yeah.
I think my brother and I played that game for like an hour and then we never played it again. We never tried it again.
It didn't have much replay value, sadly. It was like a one and done, just kind of like showing you how the game works
Mm-hmm.
and like a skill kind of challenge almost, but really there wasn't any kind of like sense of reward or missions after you were done with playing it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So anyways, Switch 2,
Mm-hmm.
back to that. We saw Legend ZA demoed in that with the rank rank up
Mm-hmm.
ZA thing. I feel like we talked about that before.
We did. Last
Um,
episode, we
yep,
talked about the rank, the wild areas,
yep,
how the wild areas turn into battle areas at night.
seemed pretty cool. Sure. As far as the let's see tech demo on the Switch 2, I am so surprised you have to pay for it. That should be something that's free.
That's what I said. It doesn't impress me.
Yeah. Oh, that's terrible. I
I
know.
feel like that should come with the system. You know how, like, when you upgrade your iPhones and it's like, would you like a
Oh
walkthrough?
yeah, the
You
little
can
tour.
just
Yeah.
click, click, click. It should be like when you turn on your Switch, too. It's like,
Sure.
hello, welcome to your brand new system. Would you like a walkthrough?
Yeah, you get a free tour
Yes.
and you go through. Nintendo, do better. Just do better. That's it.
Everything's a money grab.
Yeah. I feel like this should be a easy like free trial walkthrough that shows you what is new on the system and why it's worth the
Mm.
money. not something that people would want to pay for. That's for sure.
Mm,
Um, but enough about that.
mm-hmm.
Anyways, all right.
And what's the next thing we're talking about?
All right, yep. So in this week's Pokemon news, we had Scarlet and Violet. The Tyranitar Terra raid is back for the second weekend in a row. It's Tyranitar with a Ghost Terra type. I was able to take it down with some friends online with
Mm-hmm.
a crocodile with Anger Point and the Power Trip move using a Shell Bell, if I remember, to heal up some damage. So, Crocodile hits for weakness with the Dark Terra type. He can tank a hit or two with Tyranitar's Earthquake, and then I think he uses Rock Slide. So you're able to tank those hits because you're not weak to ground or rock type attacks. And then hitting for weakness with the Dark Power or the Power Trip attack. After the Tyranitar maxes out your Anger Point, which boosts your attack all the way up to the max +6 levels. So Power Trip is smacking really good, especially after you've terastallized into the Dark Terra type.
Oh.
So it felt really easy once you get that momentum going. As long as you have like a healer in your team, or you have some other supporter kind of Pokemon there to help you out. I was able to do it with a team of was it Primeape? It was myself as a Crocodile, and it was something else really weird, but it worked so well. I've seen a few other weird builds for this raid because it was especially difficult. Brute Bonnet, Torterra didn't work very, very well. Torterra helped a little bit with the grassy terrain
Mm-hmm.
and stuff, but it felt really bad overall.
Oh.
All right, so this is
Mm-hmm.
probably the last weekend we'll see the Tyranitar with the Mightiest mark. So
Mm-hmm.
grab it while you can. All right, on to Scarlet Violet. We got Global Challenge number 4 coming up. This is
Mm-hmm.
the registration window, April 3rd to April 10th for the registration window. And then if you want to play in Global Challenge number 4, it is April 11th through the 13th, which is also the same weekend as Atlanta Regionals. So if you are
Mm-hmm.
not going to Atlanta Regionals, you could play. But if you are going to Regionals, then you probably won't be able to play. Unless you're playing online from Atlanta. Maybe. Who knows?
Unless you're playing it in Atlanta
Yeah, you could be.
for the regional.
No, they're two different things.
Oh. Mm.
It's all right. Whatever. So Pokemon Sleep. We got Cresselia versus Darkrai. We're finishing up the first week of Cresselia versus Darkrai event.
Mhm.
Bring all your psychic type Pokemon, boost them up to the highest level you can. Uh, the entire community helps out by building the sleep drowsy power, quote unquote,
Interesting.
with Cresselia, so she can take down Darkrai,
Oh.
the Cresselia and all your friends,
Oh, okay.
by boosting the drowsy power to get rid of Darkrai's bad spirits of
Yeah, nightmares.
nightmares and yeah, bad dreams. Exactly.
Nightmares and bad dreams. Mm.
So there's daily rewards essentially if everyone sleeps together with the drowsy power boosting it higher and
Oh,
higher.
okay.
I was able to get my first Cresselia last night.
Yeah, I saw her on your phone. She
Yep.
was sleeping on her face.
It it must have been at least 30 biscuits, like 30 worth of biscuits for sure. Heart point biscuits, whatever you call them, because it was a lot. I had to use two different incenses, and then I gave it 3 biscuits probably, plus one of the good night biscuits, and that was
Mm,
enough to get it to finally be my friend, or I could catch the Cresselia essentially.
I'm sorry, but if I was Cresselia, I too would take that many biscuits and that much because food is a love language. And that's the only way that you're going to get me is if you offer me food. Mm,
Do you have cookies though? You have tasty cookies?
I would have tasty cookies.
How about chocolate chip cookies?
Chocolate chip.
Okay. All right. That's what I like.
I'm a baker. I'll make you all the cookies.
Double chocolate.
Yep, it's all double chocolate.
Super. That's what I want. So next week we still have the Cresselia event going. Make sure to sleep nightly if you are a fellow Pokemon sleep researcher.
Mm-hmm.
Please do be sleeping. And I will,
Definitely get your 8 hours of sleep.
yeah, that is important though for sure, especially with this coming weekend.
Oh my gosh, this coming weekend is gonna be crazy.
Yup,
Especially Friday morning. Oh my gosh.
this is true. All right. So in other news, we got TCG Pocket, right? We got big
Yeah!
things going on.
A pocket. Wonderful, wonderful pocket.
So I know you know. It's
Mhm.
the Wonder Pick sneak peek feature that they added recently. It is
Okay,
a
yep.
ongoing campaign that is a
Mhm.
limited time event probably,
Yep.
and you can get depending on which Wonder Pick or depending on when the game feels like it maybe.
I got to try it twice this morning
Okay.
when I opened up this morning.
I,
Even though I didn't want to try it on the ones that I picked, but
you still got something, yeah.
all my wonder picks were crap. Like
Fair.
all I opened 4 packs this morning, no hits, no nothing. 2 days ago I got a full art Charizard, and it's not even the shiny Charizard,
Okay.
which was great. Full art
Yeah.
Charizard, but been the only hit, like literally
Yikes.
all week.
Yeah, this set feels really brutal. I have not hit anything other than art rares, maybe.
The hit rate, I'll say it again, the hit rate since Space Time Smackdown
Uh huh.
has been crappy.
Very true. Yep. I don't know what changed, but I have all of the shiny revelry,
Uh,
shining revelry, except for the EXs, pretty much. I have like all the hollows, just
mhm.
no EXs. It's great.
I just keep getting the same cards over and over and over again.
I know. I saw you have 6 weasels now.
Yeah,
What are you gonna do with 6 weasels?
I don't know.
Okay. Well, at least it's good artwork, I guess. But
Yeah,
yeah,
I like the artwork, but I want the other ones too.
feels bad. Yeah, I know the Grafii
Yeah,
or yeah, some other playables maybe. I saw you whiffed the Machamp in the Wonder Pick, right?
yeah.
And I whiffed my Pawmot, and instead
Mm-hmm.
I got a little Wiglet.
Mm-hmm.
Woohoo!
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, right? So there's that.
Yeah, there's that. Mm.
How about have you done any of the versus ranked battle?
No, I did the solos the other night.
Okay,
I did a couple of the solos. Got frustrated at one, put it down,
earn some tickets at least.
earned some
Earn
tickets.
some Wonder hourglasses or pack hourglasses.
Yeah,
Okay, feels okay.
a little bit.
Do you do this the AI still? You using like the computer to battle, or are you just actually
Yeah,
battling them?
I just put it on the arm of the couch and let it play while we're
Okay.
watching something on TV. I mean,
Smart.
I
Yeah,
I have this thing. I don't really enjoy playing card games on a computer. I don't enjoy playing them on the phone really. Sometimes like you try and click a card, it doesn't click right, or it doesn't select, or it doesn't do what you want it to do.
sure.
I'd rather have it in person. I'd rather play it in person.
Well, yeah, definitely. I agree. Pokemon card game is definitely a social
Mm.
game. It's meant to, interact with people and meet people from the community. It's
Mhm.
not really meant for online play. That's probably why the same reason Japan refuses to have any kind of online client. It's amazing that
Mm.
how much of their community actually shows up and plays weekly, everything. They have the what do they call them? League cups. They're not even league
League
cups.
challenge?
They have something like a league challenge almost. Yeah, it's monthly and it's
Mhm.
limited to how many times you can actually play in that league challenge.
Mhm.
Oh, I remember city leagues. Right.
Okay.
The results are always on Book,
Mm.
and that's the site where you can see all the results from the city leagues. As far as I've understood from other people who have played in Japan, you can only play a certain amount of times per year in those city leagues,
Okay.
but the results stand firm on how they do, and
Mhm.
it's always ever changing meta. They'll show, I
Mhm.
don't know how many people actually show up to these either. There's also, oh right, I remember hearing from I think Rahul already about self-hosted events. So instead of having a sanctioned event, they'll have a self-hosted event, kind of like a full grip games 3K or something.
Oh, okay.
And people who want to play just show up.
Mhm.
It's hosted, unofficially, but they still get, a good sense of the meta and how matches work, and then how the breakdown would work.
Oh, kind of
For,
like what we had on Tuesday at
yeah,
least.
sure, just a fun expanded tournament,
Mhm.
or a fun standard tournament for that matter. Maybe kind of testing into the next set
Mm.
release or something. Like, so we're testing into Journey together, but they're already on Heatwave Arena,
Mm.
and essentially they're long past battle partners at this point.
Wow.
So, Jen,
Yeah.
April Fools.
What about it?
Did you see on Poke-
Pokemon Go
Pokemon Go? Yeah, exactly.
with all the Pokeballs?
Uh-huh, exactly.
Well, the Pokeball Pokemon.
Exactly, right, yeah. So during the spotlight hour on April 1st, or April
Mhm.
Fools,
Mhm.
there was a whole bunch of Pokeballs
Mhm.
on the overworld. And
Mhm.
so you could encounter Electrode, Hisuian Electrode,
Mhm.
Fungus,
Mhm.
Amoongus,
Mhm.
and Stunfisk.
How does Stunfish does not look like a Pokeball?
So when it folds in half,
Uh-huh.
it's a Pokeball. And then
Oh.
on top he has a little nub, because he
Okay.
comes out of the ground, and then he has a little like Pokeball nub on him. So it's like a trap. So like you step on him and it's a trap, and it's like haha.
Oh,
It's
okay.
like in his mouth. It's like part of his mouth. So
Oh, okay. Kind of like those ghost dogs
a little, yeah.
with the candle on their head.
Houndstooth and
Yeah.
Graveyard,
Yeah.
I suppose, yeah. But instead, like, it's in his mouth, so like you like go and grab the Pokeball, and it's a Stunfisk and
Okay. Yep. Yep. Like that
or
ugly
Galarian,
fish that lives way, 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 way deep in the ocean.
Gorbis, something.
Ugly one that like lives like where no other fish can live.
Who's Uggo? Who you calling Uggo?
Fish.
Okay. No, so Galarian Stunfisk in the ground, and then you step on it like a trap, and it's
Yeah.
like a bear trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
I still don't know what fish you mean in the water.
He had like a built-in dangler in his mouth. And like other fish would swim by and they would think it's like a lure or something. It's a real fish.
Not Huntail? Gorbis. Huntail.
No.
All right, whatever. I don't know what
I'll figure out the
real
name of
fish
it.
you.
I don't know.
All right, fine. So I didn't get to play in it, but it looked
Mhm.
really fun for the Pokemon Go event. I hope they do a lot more of this kind of stuff. I really wish Pokemon would embrace more of the April Fools or April 1st kind of
Mhm.
mentality. A few years ago, if you remember, there was
Mhm.
a Bidoof Day, and there was a special things you could get on Bidoof Day for
Mhm.
Pokemon on Pokemon TCGO,
Mhm.
or Pokemon Trading Card Game Online. You could get special Bidoof sleeves and a deck
Mhm.
box and a
Yeah.
special Bidoof coin.
Ah.
And that was the highlight of my year. I am
Mhm.
pretty sure that was like 2021,
Mhm.
and Pokemon made it very special for all of us fans with the special Bidoof stuff.
Mm. Gotta love Bidoof.
Yep, it's true. I know. I'm not talking about the special delivery Bidoof,
No. Mhm.
but this just special
The
Bidoof
stuff. Just
swag. Yeah,
all the swag.
yeah. We just like the swag, like the train
Mm.
on
Mhm.
Bidoof.
Do you want to talk about the April Fool's birthday gift that we were able to get going?
Yeah,
The
I do.
league.
Yeah, I do.
Okay.
This was a good one.
So, one of the kids at league was her birthday. I think she was turning like 16, something like that.
Yep.
So she comes up to me, not this past Tuesday, but the Tuesday before.
Yep.
She says, "Hey, Jen," she's like, "my birthday is on Friday." And she jokingly said, in the middle of laughs, "What'd you get me?" And I said, for some reason, something out of my head goes, "I didn't get you anything, but
Okay.
I'll get you a sub for next week." And
Sounds
she
good.
kind of laughed, so I thought she knew that I was kidding. Well, got home, told the professor here what I said to her,
Yep.
and he goes, "I love that idea. What can we get her that we can make it look like a sub?"
Uh-huh.
So I said, "Well, I have a mat, a play mat with Meowscarada on it that she
Yep.
wanted, but I bought it from Black Moon Games before she could."
Which felt really bad, I'm sure.
So we bought it.
Yep.
And it came in the box. And when it came in the box, we're like, "Oh, this looks like a sub."
Easy. Yeah.
So I went to Subway that Saturday for dinner and I bought subs.
Oh,
We took the box with the mat in it. We wrapped it in wrapping paper and then I took the Subway
paper, yeah,
paper and I wrapped
yeah.
it up and I wrote on it Veggie Delight because grass cat.
Yeah, exactly. It's a grass. It's a
Grass
veggie.
type. And then I have the Subway paper bag and I put it into the Subway paper bag and I put all that in another
Another
paper
bag,
bag
yeah.
with
With
handles.
yeah.
I bought her a bag of chips
Okay.
and I bought her a soda
Yep.
and I gave it to her and I go, "Happy birthday." I'm like, gonna open it. And she just looked at it and goes, "Thanks," and put it by her side. Mm.
And put it away, that's right.
She was in the middle of a battle, so I will give her that.
Yep.
But she's just like, "Thanks," and puts it by her side.
Yeah.
I go over to her after she was done her battle about 10, 15 minutes later, and I'm like, "Why don't you open your gift?" And she just kind of looks at me like, "Do I have to?" I'm like, "Yeah, go ahead, open it before it gets bad."
Yeah, before it goes cold, and
Yeah.
yeah.
So she goes to open it, she takes it out. Her girlfriend looks at her and goes, "Hey, if you don't want it, I'll eat it." And I'm like, "Did you just say that you would eat it?" And she goes, "Yeah, I said I would eat it. I don't want to waste food." And then she put her hand on it and she realized it wasn't a sub and she started unrolling it and then she saw that it was in wrapping paper and she unwrapped it and she realized that it was a mat.
Yep.
And she's like, "Whoa." And I'm like, "You really thought I got you a sub, didn't you?" She's like, "I thought you were dead serious." I was like, "Yes."
Yeah. We won the day, that's for sure. Made a memory, that's for sure, I know. I was very happy to see that, and I can't believe that she totally fell for it.
I
It was
totally
amazing. Yeah,
fell for it.
I know. That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
Mhm.
Alright, let's see. So, good news. We
Mhm.
have some fun things to do on Google now.
Oh yeah, the thing you were showing me
Yeah.
last night on only mobile only.
Yeah, which is so silly. So if you search Pikachu
Mhm.
or someone from Kanto, the original first generation 151,
151.
the
Don't say
one, yeah,
151. Say
100.
151.
I know. It's a total Gen 1er thing to say, apparently. 151. 151?
Oh gosh.
No, that's even worse, probably. Yeah, I know. So, anyways, if you search the first Kanto generation Pokemon like Pikachu or, say Bulbasaur, it'll come up with a little Pokeball in the right-hand corner on mobile.
Mhm.
You click it, and then Pokeball throws, and then you catch them, okay?
Mhm.
And then it shows you an outline of who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! No! But it'll show you the outline of the Pokemon, and then you search the next one, and you
Mhm.
just keep going down the line. Now, I thought it was really cool how when you get to a certain increment where, like, say, Urtgun or Zapdos, 10, 20, 30, 50, you'll get Master Balls, and the Master Ball you use on the legendaries. So Articuno, Zapdos, Moltres,
Mhm.
Mewtwo, and then I'm sure Mew. I haven't got there yet, but soon enough. So it's pretty exciting to me that you can just catch all the Kantonian Pokemon in the Pokédex on
Mhm.
Google on your mobile.
Yeah.
I wish I could do it on the desktop, honestly, but it's fine, whatever.
I mean, the that's why you need a bigger phone with a bigger screen so you can catch them.
You're saying the iPhone 14
I mean,
isn't big enough? 16?
yours is a 14
Okay,
Pro Plus.
that seems big enough.
I'm the phone buyer of this relationship.
Yeah, I'm sorry, okay? You're the one who wanted to be on the Comcast
I
account.
he, he's former IT, but I am like my I'm sorry, but my life is on my phone. I have my own little business that I run. I need to be able to check emails. I'm on Facebook. I listen to podcasts. I watch videos on my phone. I do a lot of research on my phone. I like the bigger screens, the more space, all that. This guy had the iPhone 8 till it did not literally work anymore.
Yeah. Oh, I know. The screen felt just right. It was like the last one that fit in your hand without needing like two hands to hold it pretty much. And it was like the last great design by Steve Jobs, I thought, where you could actually like hold it and like you could still reach like both top and the bottom,
Mm-hmm.
and the hold button I think was still at the top or something during that time frame. Just the greatest, form factor of like how the phone fit in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
And all that changed when Tim Cook and whatever else happened that
Hmm.
Apple changed it dramatically.
Yeah.
Um, I've never been a fan of Android. I had a
Oh
Motorola
gosh.
Razr or something, and then I had like a Motorola,
That's the only
the
Android I
Verizon.
would go back. Like
Yeah,
I know that they brought the razors back and I would
it was a good one.
love to have another razor.
Yep.
I mean, I had a pink one. I couldn't choose the color. My dad was the one that had the phone
Account.
like account,
Yeah.
so I couldn't choose the color, so I had pink.
I had blue.
But I
Nothing.
I loved phone. I loved how easy it was to open, how light it was. It fit in your pockets.
Sure.
You don't know this pain, but women's clothing does not have deep pockets
Or any
or
pockets.
any
Yeah,
pockets.
I know.
So, having a phone that size, it fit in my little tiny pockets.
Guys, that's why we have like 15 pockets, okay? You need to hold your woman's phone in your pockets because they don't have any. Not on their dress, not in their pants, okay? Don't let your woman put her phone in the bra or wherever the heck they might put it. Don't do it. Just say, let me hold it. It's fine. Trust me, I got this. Put your Junko jeans back on, okay? And then put all the phones and all the accessories your woman needs and put it back in your jeans, okay? She'll be like reaching in your pants and be like, whoa, 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 I'm just getting my phone. It's okay. Nothing to see here. All right. Yep.
Okay.
So, anyways, probably our last topic. I'm not sure.
What is that?
I am head to Atlanta.
Okay,
We
that's
are
not going to be our last topic, but he
okay. Fine.
thinks it's going to be our last topic.
Oh, okay. Fine. All right. So I'm finally prepped almost, packing all the stuff. Some red pens. I got black pants. I got new shoes. I got lots of protein bars. I got like 20 granola bars, all protein bars, all loaded up in that backpack. Okay.
If you're worried about money and granola bars, because I know like these protein bars are really expensive,
Yeah,
like
normally.
4 bars for like 20 something dollars. Just go to Walmart. They have their own like protein bars and they actually taste good. They don't
They're
taste
delicious.
chalky.
Yeah.
They they actually taste good. They're only in one flavor. It's like dark chocolate and peanut butter, but
Yeah.
they taste like a granola bar.
They're amazing.
They'll fill you up for the time being. They'll give you the energy and it's only like $2.50 a box.
Yeah. I bought 4 yesterday. That many for like 6. So that's like 24. Woohoo! Yeah, easy. I know. So that's like the full weekend. I'm set right there. I know. Just in case I don't bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich or something, or I skip a meal, on the bus.
We haven't flown on planes in a while, so we're learning the stuff for planes. So you can't bring liquids on the plane.
Right.
But it said that you can bring food on a plane. So we're like, oh, you can bring food. Okay. So he's like, just pack me a bunch of peanut butter and jelly
Yeah.
sandwiches
Double
or
stacker, triple
something.
stacker.
So we'll see what we can fit in a bag. We'll see how he figures this out. He bought a new bag for a carry on.
Yep. The backpack matches the exact dimensions of how big the airlines will allow, so that should be fine. I'm hoping I'll have enough space
Mm-hmm.
on the way back to bring home some swag. I have
That's what I keep telling
no
you.
idea.
Do not overpack. Do not overpack. Do not overpack. I understand that that's going to Atlanta, hey, let's play a game. Let's sit down. Hey, that's what I keep seeing on his phone is he's talking to friends and he found out who his roommate is
Yep,
for the hotel
should be cool.
and they're also TCG and every single person is like, "Dude, bring a couple decks." Do you know what that means?
Yeah,
Do you know
less.
a couple decks? Do you This man brings 3 boxes to league,
I know, a
a
couple.
rolling bag,
Yep,
small rolling bag, and a backpack.
yep,
And every single thing has already made decks, cards, sleeves, more decks. The backpack has GLC decks.
yep.
The rolling bag has a label maker and extra shirts, and I'm pretty sure there's decks in the bottom of that.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's true.
Do not overpack. Bring 2 decks.
Oh, okay, that's what a couple means?
Just a couple.
Not
If you want to play something different, just switch with your friend. Play their deck.
That's a great idea, actually. You're
Mm,
right. So, 15 decks, got it.
yeah, sure. 15
Okay.
decks, yeah.
I know. I'll buy singles at the vendors, and then I'll build brand new decks, and I'll
Oh,
have
great.
I'll have more to come home with.
Great.
Yeah, that'd
Awesome.
be a
Yeah.
great idea, yeah.
And he'll just open his carry on and just dump out an entire pile of cards for us to go through.
No, 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 I would hope they'd be built by then, that's for sure.
Well, you're still gonna come home with more.
Yeah, oh, definitely, for sure, I know. So in case you were unfamiliar, in addition to a stipend for, like, travel and being paid by the hour for judges, we do get a booster box display per day worked, per hour worked or something.
He's not sure yet.
All the details are very unclear, and they will say eventually. I can't tell you exactly how much, how many, or anything like that, but that is the general gist of what judges and floor judges get
Mm-hmm.
for quote, volunteering or, signing up to do this.
AKA more cards for me to open.
This is true.
Because you do not keep booster boxes sealed. Booster boxes do not look pretty on a shelf.
Well, I mean, our American product is just not great. Like, English product is just not designed as well as, like, Japanese stuff. Like, Japanese stuff, it's so concise. There's no extra filler, there's no extra packaging.
Mhm,
Like Shiny Star EX or,
mhm,
like Tag Team All-Stars
mhm,
GX was like such a beautiful set. Like
mhm,
even in the booster box, beautifully designed.
mhm.
And our booster box displays are white and plain, and it has like some text on it saying, "Oh, it's so cool and shiny and
Yeah,
special."
if you
And
put it on a shelf and you're looking from a distance away, you can't tell what booster box is what
it's
until you
true.
walk up to it and you'll see like, oh, that one's Surging Sparks. Oh, that one's Fusion Strike. You don't know till you're
Yeah,
up. That's why the ETBs are so much better looking.
that's probably why everyone keeps them sealed. Probably. Yeah.
Everyone
Oh, I
keeps
know.
them sealed. I don't like sealed collections, people. Just open it. You never know
I
what.
do agree, like, packs are meant to be opened, but there needs to be some kind of sense of, like, preservation of history of the
Mm,
the card game. What do you think? No?
maybe. Mm.
Maybe? I am a historian by education. I went to college for history, graduated with a history degree. And I do believe in the history of the card game for sure. I try to archive old decks and try to build old decks and retro format
Mm-hmm.
and keep some sealed product. Like I
Mm-hmm.
love the Worlds decks because it's not only history, but it's also archiving that deck and that person and their momentous win,
Yeah. Mm.
which is wonderful. The bad side, I guess, of like having sealed stuff is you can't open it. You don't know what's in there.
Yeah,
Except you kind of do what's in there.
kind of.
Do you remember that story about the X-ray and how like people were figuring out they could put it in a CAT scan and they could
Oh gosh,
yeah,
no.
yeah, it's true.
Okay, we're going from weighing packs to X-raying packs
Yeah. I
now.
don't know who figured this out, some kind of lab technician, I guess, but they stuck it in a CAT scan and they're like, "Oh, it's a Kabutops. It's a
Okay,
Charizard,
okay, all right. Let's
Yeah.
all buy CAT scan equipment now.
I know. Just a mere, $60,000. Oh, and a medical grade, copper
Mm,
wire room where
or
your whole
let's all get friends that are
lab tech's in a
lab
hospital.
techs in
Yeah.
hospital.
Yeah. Oh, I know. Yeah. It's a misuse of hospital equipment if I ever heard
Oh
one.
my goodness.
Hopefully that's not any kind of absurd, absurd wall of people doing that. That would be awful.
So he's heading to Atlanta.
Yep.
I have to drop him off at like 3:15 in the morning,
Yep.
y'all.
3:15 a.m. So either I will not be sleeping very well or sleeping on the bus. I don't
Or
know.
we're going to bed Thursday
Thursday.
night
Yeah,
at like
Thursday.
7 p.m.
I won't be able to sleep. There's no way.
You're not I need more than like 3 hours.
It's fine.
I'm not gonna be able to function.
You're lucky you don't have to work the next day though either or something.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So I took the whole weekend off because I didn't know what the plans were, everything. Plus, I work in a restaurant. Easter's next weekend, and that entire weekend is blacked out, which means you cannot request any days off. You have to work them. They are required. You have to work that Sunday, whether you normally have Sundays off or not. It doesn't matter. So I am taking the entire weekend off. I'm staying home most of
Okay.
the time. I'm going to sit and relax with the dog. Um, Probably I'm gonna try and get some cleaning done, some spring cleaning. I just looked at the weather. It's supposed to rain the entire weekend. Then up here,
And meanwhile, we're supposed to have sun and high of like 70 and 80 in Atlanta. Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Sorry, not sorry.
bring it back with you, okay? Just
Yeah.
bring the warmth back with you
Oh, I
because
know, right?
I mean, where we are, it's supposed to snow Monday night into Tuesday night.
That's absurd. I know. Yeah.
Tuesday.
Don't say that S word.
Uh-huh.
We don't need more of that.
And where we live, there's a high flood.
That's absurd. I know. Even worse.
So we have roads that flood. We are surrounded by a couple lakes, couple rivers.
Yep. This is true. I know.
So that's gonna be fun. But this is spring, y'all. I'm glad we made it into spring. We can see our yard now.
It's true. Most of the snow is gone, except for in the forest and like the wooded areas where the sun doesn't shine as much. But it is pretty muddy. See, in New England, we have a season called mud season, okay?
Yeah.
And mud season is anywhere between March and June, where it's
Mm-hmm.
just rain and mud, okay? And it doesn't go away until it's like hot out. So mud season is like a fifth season that we get that's special to New England that we didn't ask for. That
We
no,
also get full spring too.
yeah,
Mhm.
which we're experiencing right now, I'd say.
Oh, we already were experiencing, and then we got the sleet and the snow and everything else last weekend.
Okay.
But yeah, so he's got to get dropped off for 3:15 in the morning,
Yep.
and then my boss joked saying, "Oh, then you can work." And I'm like, "What do you want me to do? Come into work for 3:30 in the morning?"
Sure.
No. No. I did that. I used to do shifts from 4 a.m. to noon.
For
I
manufacturing,
for no,
no?
that was the baker
Oh,
at
okay, yeah.
BJ's Wholesale.
Yeah. No, no thanks.
I would sleep 4 hours at night, go to work, come home, take a 2 to 3 hour
Yeah,
nap,
you took a lot of naps, I remember that.
and then he would come home from work. We'd have dinner, and then I would go to bed by 10 or something like that and be up by 3 a.m. So
Do it
that
all
was
again, yeah,
do it all
exactly.
again. So I after getting the job that I have now, which my schedule is supposed to be like starting time of 8 a.m., I'm kind of spoiled now because now I look back and I go, how the heck did I do the 3 a.m. wake up every single
I don't blame you, yeah.
day?
I wouldn't wanna do that again, that's for sure.
So,
Uh-huh.
do we do a Psyduck Sighing corner a little bit and talk about some product getting pushed back and
Sure, we could if you like.
alrighty.
Sighing.
Sigh.
What you got for us, Jen, this week?
So, I saw on the interwebs
Okay.
that the Charizard EX box
Yep.
that is
Special collection?
special collection.
Yeah, the special collection Charizard.
All for all you Charizard people.
Uh-huh.
Um, apparently it was supposed to come out earlier this week, but it is now getting pushed back at least
2 weeks right now.
2 weeks. At least at Target. From what I've
Right.
seen, it got pushed back from Target.
See, TC
I don't know about your like local stores.
TCG player says it's supposed to be the shipping date of the 11th. Now, I am pretty
So
sure,
next week.
yeah, originally it said next week, but I'm pretty sure it's now scheduled for the 26th,
25th.
25th, yeah, 25th, right, which is the 2 weeks following Friday. And it's meh. It's an okay product.
Mm,
I think you get 8 packs. It's MSRP of $79.99, or we'll call it $80 USD. It has a promo
mm,
plus a jumbo of the original Pokemon Battle Master Deck Terastal Lizardon, or
mm,
Charizard EX High Class Battle Deck. In Japan, it's a Terastal Charizard EX Battle Master Deck,
mm,
which essentially is the card from Ruler of the Black Flame originally, just with different artwork. It's still the exact same Charizard, nothing new, nothing crazy, just
mm,
different artwork with his terastallized crown popping out of the card a little bit more.
mm.
You probably have seen this card elsewhere. Um, to me, it's not very exciting. Maybe some collector out there, is interested in like some sealed product or something.
Well,
It
Charizard fans are gonna go crazy, just like the
Sure.
Charizard UPC that was available.
Right. So high in the middle at
High
the
and
beginning, yeah,
uh,
and then kind of dipped
everyone's
off.
gonna want it, everything, and then maybe this card is gonna get printed badly, like the ones from the UPC where they're off center a lot. I don't know,
Could be.
but
Sure.
with this being um delayed 2 weeks,
Sure.
I don't know if this is gonna make people mad, if people are doing a little bit of a sigh of relief for this with it being delayed, but
I mean, I could care less personally. It has the same Charmander and Charmeleon from Obsidian Flame.
mm,
It looks like, maybe a different holofoil. You get Journey
mm,
Together, Surging Sparks, and looks like Paradox Rift inside of the packs. Yeah, it's nice product, but like
mm,
I'm not gonna be waiting at GameStop at 10 in the
mhm,
morning waiting in line with some Joe Schmo who's trying to resell it and stuff.
mhm,
I don't think it's worth it. I don't think, no one should be like lining up at the door to go snag it that much.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, it's meh, it's nice, but I don't think it's worth $80.
I mean, it's $80. $80 seems to be the magic number right now.
That seems like a lot.
It
That's
is
as
a lot.
that's as much as a brand new Switch 2 game.
Exactly. It's the magic number.
It must be, right? I don't know.
Hopefully you get something else in it. Maybe
Yeah,
there's a mat in it. Maybe a coin behind the big jumbo. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either, actually. It says it looks like 3 promo cards, 1 jumbo, and then 5 packs, which seems sus. That doesn't really make sense.
I
Yeah,
mean,
5 booster packs, 1 etched foil promo containing Charizard, 2 foil cards containing Charmander and Charmeleon,
uh-huh.
1 oversized lenticular card, which is just the jumbo,
Mhm.
and a code for card for TCG Live.
All right. So in my opinion, it's not worth the $80.
There's no way, yeah. If you're paying $80 for this, no way.
It's not going to be worth the 875 or $80.
What should this be? Is this $35 price point? Is this a $40 price point?
I mean, I would be fine with it being 40.
Okay, sure.
I would be fine with it being 40, especially where there's no coin, there's no pin, there's
No playmat.
no playmat,
Yeah,
there's no sleeves.
sure,
I mean, to me the want and the need of just a card that we didn't get before, it's not a full art, so it's
yeah, true. Nothing special, nothing like a art rare or a secret
mm,
art rare that's reprinted into a promo or something
yeah,
even. I don't see the value in it for sure.
no.
It's not exciting my need for new flashy cardboard or something for sure. Even if I was a Charizard fan, which I'm not, I
Mhm,
never claimed to be for sure.
mhm,
It's just not exciting, like it's just another reprinted card from Museum Flames to me, and
mhm,
like we haven't seen Charizard do well in a while. I am
mhm,
hoping that the rotation will help Charizard a bit. It'd be nice to see some new diverse meta for Atlanta. I'm really hoping to see some new stuff pop out as far as viable decks. Um, I think, Conkeldurr or Feraligatr. I know Gardevoir does have the staying power. We've already seen that from the Full Grip Games 3K.
mhm,
Future Box, Ancient Box, who knows?
mhm,
Maybe someone will cook up something extremely spicy,
mhm.
but only time will tell.
We'll see how everyone does with the rotation. You can let me know how everyone does with the rotation at Atlanta and getting all that figured out. I feel like with all the partner Pokemon getting put into this whole rotation, I feel like it will either make it easier for
Sure,
new players to come in and maybe frustrate like not seasoned professionals, but
sure,
maybe like people that have been in it for a little while and just starting to get comfortable. It might make them frustrated because these partner Pokemon, you can only have them work with their own cards and
sure.
their own Pokemon. So we'll see how that goes.
Well, if you're not ready for that matchup or like a bad matchup, you will not know what to do about it. Like if you
Mhm.
just play Iono's Belly Bolt and Kilowattrel, it
Mhm.
actually can get around a lot of the Badoo meta. You don't even have to worry about it really.
Yeah.
You just set up and then start smacking,
Mhm.
and as soon as you're set up, you have the draw engine online and you have the energy attachment online. It's extremely fast, and you don't even need half of the meta tool cards or
Mhm.
item cards for sure. Sometimes, like even experienced players like myself will run into some janky deck and you don't know how to play against it, like I just ran into Infernape and Cinderace. Yeah. Cinderace from Stellar Crown and
Mhm.
Infernape, the brand new one, I'm pretty sure. I had no idea what I was doing. You might encounter some spice and just get shut down.
Okay.
Yeah. And on that bombshell note,
I hope you guys have a great week. Let's all give Morris a round of applause and hope
Thank you, thank you. You're
and
too nice.
love and luck and all that for Atlanta.
Yeah, true.
Please,
Uh-huh.
please communicate with me the whole time when you get into Atlanta.
You have Find My
When
Friends.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna have that on the entire weekend. I'm gonna be spending Friday afternoon with my friend, and she's
Okay.
just gonna be like, "Why do you have maps open on your phone?" Oh, it's not maps, it's Find Your Friends. I'm just trying to figure out where Morris is in Atlanta.
I have Swarm.
Can't-
I have,
Is it hard just to send a text going, I just landed?
I have Foursquare. Okay, fine. Yeah, I could
This
do
is
that.
a relationship, y'all. This is a marriage. You have one person that always communicates, and then you have one person that forgets they have a phone.
Oh, probably. Yeah, I know. I'm working, okay?
You're working, you're working.
Yeah, I know. And then when I'm not working, it's fine.
And on that bombshell,
Yeah, that's the real one. Yeah, I know, right?
I hope you guys have a great week and keep playing, keep battling, keep cooking up the great decks, and we will see you probably not next weekend,
Right.
probably the week after.
Yep. Thanks for listening, everyone.
Bye bye.